Alright, so everyone's favorite Half-Life funny man, Novice made a mod called Half-Life 2 Mirrored, and I swear to God almighty, it's one of the most freaky deaky experiences I've ever had. It's literally a mod that plays tricks with your mind every minute. Every corner, every scene you look at, you're like, what the hell is going on? Look at this main menu. Tell me, how does it make you feel? Strange, right? I feel like everyone who has been playing Half-Life 2 since launch, including myself, will open up this mod and boom, 22 years of memories are starting to get altered. You start questioning everything you believed in and have to keep reminding yourself that this is a mirrored map and not the actual game. But the thing is, just with this one simple change, the whole game drastically changes. It almost feels like Half-Life 2 from an alternate universe. No, not that one. We'll talk about that later.
Hi, how are you?
Like, in the infinite multiverses out there, this is the Half-Life 2 people got. Right from the get-go with the G-Man intro, you start to feel something is off. The lighting on his face, the images that show up in the background, they all look strangely out of place yet familiar. This effect is then permanently implemented as you play, and at each memorable moment, the wires in your brain go haywire trying to make sense of what's happening. What's happening on screen is correct, nothing out of the ordinary, but you don't remember it like that, do you? The train station is, I believe, one of the most memorable levels in video game history. The halt at the checkpoint, the pick up the can sequence, and of course, the moment we step out into the streets. The streets now go in the opposite direction, just so strange yet fun. On the rooftops is where I genuinely struggled to make sense of direction because I was so used to playing that area again and again, this one little change of the level being mirrored completely disoriented me. So by now I think you've gotten the point, so here's some clips to confuse you even further. The most disorienting for me was the Highway 17 chapter because of its scope and scale. Seeing it mirrored makes it feel like a whole new chapter. Now, I really can't give you an explanation of why you're feeling that tingly sensation in your brain when you play this mod. The closest example I can give you is about the symmetrical faces theory. If you look in the mirror, you always find yourself much more good looking, but when you look at yourself in the pictures, you feel like you look hideous. Now the thing is, we see ourselves more in the mirror than we see ourselves in the pictures, and the more we look into the mirror, the more attractive we think we look. But I'm not sure why, but that's just how our brains work. So why do we feel disgusted when we look at our own pictures? Well, it's because we're so used to seeing our mirrored face. The second we see the unmirrored face, the symmetry of the face is different. Similarly, the symmetry of Half-Life 2 works the same. Notice that in closed off sections you don't feel the mirrored effect that much because most of it is symmetrical and it's similar to what we remember from the original game. But as soon as we see an open area whose symmetry we remember differently, the effect kicks in. But overall, it's definitely an interesting mod and a good way to replay Half-Life 2. Once again, an example of how the simplest ideas can make the biggest differences, like Dark Life 2. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And a big thanks to the channel members for their support: Skyclad, Senior Glitch, and Innovators. You too can support the channel by clicking on the join button and becoming a member. It's not necessary, but any support is much appreciated. Thank you for watching.